Hi guys, welcome to the Fight Age channel. The head of the K2 Promotions Ukraine, Alexander Krasyuk, told about the preliminary financial results of the fight for the WBA, WBO, IBF World Heavyweight titles between Briton Anthony Joshua and Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, as well as the fight between British WBC champion Tyson Fury and ex-champion from the USA Deontay Wilder. American heavyweight Michael Hunter is confident that his potential rematch with WBA, WBO and IBF world champion Alexander Usyk will turn out differently compared to the first fight, as he is now working with a very good team. Legendary former heavyweight world champion Mike Tyson said he would love to work with Anthony Joshua in the gym before his second fight with Alexander Usyk. Recall that in September Joshua lost to Usyk by unanimous decision, losing the WBA, WBO and IBF heavyweight titles. Shortly after this fight, AJ went on a tour of the halls of famous American coaches, most likely trying to find a new manager instead of Rob McCracken. Meanwhile, Deontay Wilder lost in October by knockout in the 11th round in a trilogy with WBC title holder Tyson Fury. WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury has started preparing his younger brother Tommy Fury for the upcoming fight against video blogger from the United States, Jake Paul, which is scheduled for December 18th in Tampa, Florida, USA. On Monday, Tyson posted excerpts of training process on social networks, in which he mentors Tommy during a run and the fight with a shadow. After finishing the work, the company moved to a local cafe, where the heavyweight decided to report to the camera about the successful start of the preparation camp. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. The head of a K2 promotion company, Alexander Krasyuk, told about the preliminary financial results of the fight for the WBA, WBO, IBF world heavyweight titles between Briton Anthony Joshua and Ukrainian Alexander Usyk. Joshua is behaving completely different now than he did when he was in the status of a favorite. There has been an absolute change of rhetoric. It just seems that the person has been replaced. He talks differently. He has a different jargon, a different mood. Even in places it seems that historical. What is behind this? I can say what I think. I don't know how it really is. I watched his interview with Kogan Cashers and take it down what was behind it. I know one and the other, and you can do some analytics for yourself, plus or minus. Joshua says very important things. The first thing that caught my eye was that this was the first fight that he really lost. That is, the fight he lost to Ruiz was an accident. It was a set of circumstances, and he closed this gestalt with a rematch. He tells Usyk that he has lost for real, because he provided basically everything he had to provide. What his team told him to do, he did, but there is no result. And when a journalist asked him what was the plan for the fight, Joshua didn't answer. He said, "Ask my team," as if relieving himself of responsibility. He explains, in principle, very correctly, that a boxer is a performer of a certain concept. The coach has a joystick. The boxer executes the trainer's commands. That is, he relieved himself of responsibility and shifted it to the coaching staff. It's hard not to agree with this fact. The question is different. Even if the biggest mind of coaching work will be embedded in Joshua camp, and will write out something winning strategy for him, is there enough theory to put into practice? That's the main question. Krasyuk said. American heavyweight Michael Hunter is confident that his potential rematch with WBA, WBO and IBF world champion Alexander Usyk will turn out differently compared to the first fight, as he's now working with a very good team. I used to have a list of desirable rivals, but I will say that I want to fight Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. I think the rematch with Usyk will be very different from the first fight. We have become much more experienced. My current team is much better than the previous one. I think the main thing in boxing is to get the right support. As for me, Usyk has always had the necessary support since the beginning of his career in the pros. I was always looking for my team. I think there will be a significant difference in the rematch. This is a big advantage, saying Michael Hunter. The head of the top-ranked promotion company, Bob Arum, said that at one time he didn't sign the WBA, WBO and IBF heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk, due to the fact that his partners from HBO were not interested in broadcasting the fights of the fighters of the first heavyweight, in which the Ukrainian was at the time. When I signed the great boxer from Ukraine, Vasily Lomachenko, I was also offered to sign a contract with his friend, Alexander Usyk. However, Usyk was a cruiser and I then arranged most of my fight on HBO. They didn't want to involve fighters of the first heavyweight in the show, so I refused. And look what happened to Usyk. He became the heavyweight champion of the world. Usyk is an incredible talent, a wonderful personality, a damn funny guy and my amazing friend. I got close to him thanks to Lomachenko. However, I didn't sign Usyk, so I missed him victory over Anthony Joshua, thanks to which he became the world heavyweight champion, Bob Arum said. Authoritative American journalist Dan Rafael said that he has no doubt about the imminent organization of a heavyweight championship bout between Briton's Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Dillian Whyte has been at the top of the division for a long time, and he has been waiting to fight for the belt for a long time. Yes, he stumbled with Povetkin, but then he got even. He's an absolute correct contender. Anyway, Tyson Fury still has time before he fights for the title of absolute champion. The WBC will sanction the fight very soon, which, and something tells me, will take place in the first half of next year, Rafael said. Frank Warren, the promoter of the WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, announced that when a decision will be made regarding the fight between his ward and Dillian Whyte. At the same time, Warren said that Tyson is in a position where he can decide with whom to fight and with whom not. I don't think we'll know anything about this until the WBC holds its Congress, which will be held later this month. I don't think a decision regarding these fights will be made until then. If you look at the situation from Tyson's point of view, there can be no rush. As I have said many times, the opinion of outsiders doesn't matter. Fury will do whatever he wants. If the deal is right, he will accept it. If Tyson thinks he doesn't need to do this, he will give up the fight. He's in a position where he can make decisions on his own, Warren said. Early, Dillian Whyte's promoter Eddie Hearn announced that he expects the decision of the World Boxing Council regarding the fight with Tyson Fury at the 59th WBC convention, which will be held from November 8 to November 12 in Cancun, Mexico. Legendary former heavyweight world champion Mike Tyson said he would love to work with Anthony Joshua in the gym before his second fight with Alexander Usyk. It will be an honor, not to fight but to help each other. That will be amazing. He has a very great potential. He should not be discouraged. Joshua and Deontay Wilder should not get depressed and give up on the war, Mike Tyson said in an interview. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.